Balloon Beats.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Live. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hesse, joined by Brennan Kramer for what could possibly be the final pregame show of the 2020 season. Hopefully it's not, but things aren't looking too good heading into tonight. Last night was an absolute atrocity. Brennan, can you agree with me when we say postseason Tanaka is no longer a thing?
Honestly, it died. People like to forget about his second start against the Astros last year.
No, was it in Houston?
No, it was in
New
York.
I don't remember that one.
He gave up like 4 or 5 runs.
I don't even remember. I guess I blocked it out. But I think postseason Tanaka's dead.
Honestly, I mean, Higashioka said it. I mean, with Tanaka, you always know he's going to throw a breaking ball first.
Yeah.
But over time, Cole was throwing fastballs first, but then he's mixing it up. But Tanaka was throwing it so frequently that it just got predictable.
Yeah, and you just can't throw a first pitch slider right. You can't hang it right down the middle to Randy. A Rosarena, hashtag Babe Ruth, hashtag shut up Brandon, hashtag Yankees suck.
Not even that with Kiermaier, but I've counted at least every single time Kiermaier's up, he's a fastball hitter. Tanaka always starts hitters off with the first pitch curveball. Oh, that was fucking no. I'm talking about the Kiermaier at bat because Kiermaier came on a post game and said he literally knew he was getting a first pitch curveball because Tanaka was predictable with that. That's not science. That's just doing your homework. Tanaka gets so comfortable with getting that first pitch strike that it got predictable. I mean, it was very frustrating last night. Still, the only guy in our thing is Stanton really hitting. Hicks has been great. People are not talking about him a lot, but.
Brandon, they're coming at you quick today. Hashtag shut up Brandon time.
Nah.
I think you should get a shirt that says that.
Okay.
What were you saying?
You can't in this case, I mean, Boone's bullpen management yesterday was his lineup management was god awful. We'll get into that later. But I mean, playoff Tanaka, his first couple starts, yes, they were great, but at what you got, I mean, he was on a historic run, but in his first 7 or 8 starts, he gave up 9 runs total or something like that. He's given up 11 in his last 2.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I guess we just got to move on from it at this point. I still think the Yankees are going to re-sign him. There's not much more starting pitching depth on the market.
I'm not worried about Tanaka repeating something like this. Let's also be fair. In those other playoff years, Tanaka had 30 starts under his belt to be able to fine-tune whatever he's been working on.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, if the Yankees did advance to the ALCS, I would still feel confident with Tanaka on the mound for an ALCS game.
1,000%. I mean, because
Yeah.
he's a professional pitcher.
Yeah, but tonight, for ALDS Game 4, which is a do-or-die game, the Yankees do not have a veteran pitcher in the form of Masahiro Tanaka on the mound. They have Jordan Montgomery. The Yankee season hangs in the balance of whether or not Jordan Montgomery can pitch well. A man with a 5 ERA all season. This is the point we've come to. What do you think Monty does tonight? Because I'm not expecting. If I could get 2 scoreless innings from him, that would be best case scenario.
Monty needs a new nickname, and my nickname for him is Two-Face. There are times where he shows that ability that he showed in 2017 and for the first couple starts of this year, where he can be a very solid 4 or 5 pitcher in a rotation. But then there are times that he shits the bed.
Yeah. And it's like, Monty doesn't have the stuff to make up for shitting the bed. Like, some pitchers are so good that even when they shit the bed, they could make up for it. Like Cole. When Cole doesn't have his best stuff, that means like 4 earned runs over 6 innings. But when Monty doesn't have anything, 5 runs in the first inning, no outs.
Yeah,
that's exactly what Tampa did to him last time.
Oh, Andrew says, what do you think about Trevor Bauer's tweets? He is tweeting that for every single team. He tweeted it about the Red Sox, posting a plane ticket going to Boston. He posted about the Padres last night. It's just Trevor Bauer getting his name out there. Like, don't believe anything he says. He's smart.
He's a smart guy. Yes, we could use one of those 10-game win streaks right about now. Let's just say hypothetically, if the Yankees went on a 10-game winning streak right now, that wins them the World Series easily.
Yeah, because you need 10 games to win.
All I'm saying is there's a chance, Brandon. Hashtag Two-Face Monty. We got a bunch of hashtags started here.
No, he is Two-Face because he shows ability to be great, but then it's just Boone says he's going to deploy the bullpen very aggressively, so you could see David Garcia out in the beginning. I mean, we know we're going to get if we survive tonight, we know who we're getting tomorrow. To be fair, though, Cole has not pitched ever on short rest, so we don't know what version of Garrett Cole we're going to get. There are some people saying throw him tonight. Fuck no, you just signed him to a 10-year deal.
That all about?
Do not risk that elbow going out. 3 days rest, he normally feels okay after that.
Yeah. But I guess we take a look at the lineup now. There's one piece of tonight's lineup that really aggravates me, and that is Brett Gardner batting 6th. At least it's not 3rd, but Brett Gardner should not be batting anywhere above the 8 hole.
They moved Stanton.
Can we agree on that?
I did say they were going to move Stanton.
I don't think they should have.
I mean, no. At this point, there was a lot. At this point, there have been a lot of at bats this series where it's come to Luke Voigt's spot, and he is just not producing. And you would much rather have your best hitter in that spot.
No, I get it, but like when a guy is cruising as much as Stanton is, I wouldn't move him like at all. Don't move him from his usual spot. Is Sanchez playing? No. Higashioka is the starting catcher tonight, and I'm actually surprised about that because now it kind of shows that they're going full throttle with Higashioka. Boom, boom, boom. For those of you who know the famous voicemail, why not go with Frazier instead of Gardner? You know,
who the fuck knows at this point?
I wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell you because if it's me, I'm starting Clint Frazier tonight. You want your bats in there against the Rays bullpen because they are pitching a bullpen game tonight. Which the Yankees,
a lefty?
Yeah, isn't he?
Let me look it up. Ryan Yarbrough.
They're starting it out with Thompson, who's going to be an opener, probably going to go 1 inning.
Yarbrough's but then after that, Yarbrough. Why bring in Caillou, who can't hit lefties to begin with?
All right, well, maybe if we're thinking Boone logic, is he thinking Thompson's going to go 2 innings, and then you have Gardner face Thompson, and then after he faces Thompson, bring in Frazier?
No, with Boone logic, he'll fucking have Mike Ford play left field. Because according to Boone,
benched?
Yes, he was, and honestly, rightfully so. Because I love Gary.
If God forbid Boone was fired, first of all, it wouldn't be a travesty if he was.
First of all, people keep saying he's fired. Boone's contract is up at the end of this year. His contract is up.
No, he has an option.
An option. Yeah, let's be honest. I know everyone's saying, "Oh, Cashman." While Cashman likes a guy that he can Cashman, as he said in that article that was posted either after the game last night or early this morning, he gives Boone and the analytics department and Cashman give Boone input. At the end of the day, it's what Boone decides what he wants to do. So yes, for the Hap game, Cashman gave Boone what he wanted based on what he's hearing from the scouts and everything, which is what a general manager does. Cashman still gives Boone the thing. Boone said he slept on it and ended up going the opposite direction. Cashman said, ride with Devi until you can't, and then bring in Hap. What does Boone say?
That was a series.
It was. So for people that say, oh, Cashman loves having Boone do it, Cashman wanted to do the right decision, but Boone just went against it because he went with his gut. Now, if the Yankees lose tonight, I think there's a decent chance that Cashman has to sit down and be like, you know what? This guy might not be our guy. Now, I do think a decision for a new manager might come internally. Carlos Mendoza is better than Aaron Boone. Carlos Mendoza has been around the game.
I think it comes to a point, and I think we might get a rant from Patrick right now. Just saying. There is no way. What, are you going to interrupt my rant?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right. There is no way in hell the New York Yankees franchise, got to bring up the microphone for this one, can look at Aaron Boone and say, wow, this is the guy that's going to lead us to a World Series trophy. Even though we haven't won one since 2009. This team was almost on top of the world in 2017, one game away from the World Series. Gary Sanchez was an awesome catcher. Aaron Boone joins the fiasco here in 2018, and the team has yet to get to that point since then. At what point do you start looking at him for setting an awful tone in the clubhouse and not pushing these guys to get over the hump and get to that next step? Because they haven't. So at what point does the organization wake up and realize, you know what, we have way too much talent on this roster to keep having an ALDS exit, to keep having an ALCS demolition by the Astros? It's unacceptable at this point, and it needs to change. Something needs to change somewhere. Speaking of this rant, actually, we got a solid voicemail before. I'm not going to say I entirely agree with it, but the guy didn't give his name. But he's basically talking about clearing house in the organization if this doesn't go well this year. Let me play it for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, I just want to say that if tonight goes south, I've been holding back, but I'm absolutely ready to eviscerate Cashman, Boone, Tibbs, and Blake, because this has been an absolute embarrassment of a way to handle our beloved New York Yankees.
I think it's a very emotional take, but I agree with it to a point that the house needs to be cleaned.
I agree with it, except for 2 points. You keep Cashman. You keep Matt Blake. You cannot. Matt Blake. I've seen something. He fixed Holder. Honestly, Luis Cessa has been great. Let's give Luis Cessa credit.
Nick Nelson.
He's discovered something with Loaizaga when Loaizaga listens. That two-seam fastball, he's throwing more, which is untouchable. Anyway, keep Cashman because honestly, Cashman's the one that'll take it. I think Cashman's honestly upset with Boone. You can see that. So I'm actually going to bring something up. So in the news, the Yankees are still fighting that letter to be released. And Pat and I are
conspiracy theory, Brandon.
I don't think it's a conspiracy theory at this point.
Go for it.
Let's just say that there's something in there the Yankees are hiding. Yeah. I would not be surprised if the reason why Joe Girardi got fired was because it had something to do with the sign stealing that we've been punished for. Because why? If you've seen, there's a clip on MLB Network where Joe Girardi slipped. And that, let's also be honest, that team in the summer of 2017 looked dead. Honestly, more dead than the 5-15 team this that went through this season this year. Anyway, that's a conspiracy for another time. But you also, if we're talking about managers, the Astros lost, honestly, one of the best managers, AJ Hinch. And they get a old veteran guy in Dusty Baker who keeps them together. Can't doubt the Astros in the postseason. Yeah, they still don't have they're not as deadly as they were, but I mean, it just shows that, yes, the analytics and stuff, but I think as much as we're thinking like, oh, Boone's a full-on puppet, I think we're also forgetting that Boone has made a lot of these decisions himself because Cashman's not making these decisions on the fly. He's giving like any general manager would do. He's giving advice of what he would do. I would not be surprised if Brian Cashman has said, start playing Clint Frazier more. Because the fact that Cashman kept Clint Frazier shows, especially when his value was way up, that he likes him. And that
The
Boone then has to
organization
come
loves
out.
Clint Frazier.
Yes. But Boone doesn't show that. I think Boone is too caught up with just being a team player. And honestly, I'm going to still say this. The Yankees are out tonight. Boone's gone. You keep... Honestly...
That's what a logical person would say.
But I've never seen Cashman. The last time we saw Cashman throw a manager under the bus was Joe Girardi. He said Joe had given up on the team. We would have to trade for Mattingly, sadly. We'd have to trade for him.
Big mistake, not having Frazier in the line. Yes, I think it's a huge mistake. But it's also the point of, I understand this team was dominant in the wild card series. They look good. ALDS game 1. But let's not forget the disaster that the 2020 season was for the Yankees. There was a point a few weeks before the end of the regular season that we didn't even know if we were going to make the playoffs or not. It's very possible that if there was an expanded postseason this year, the Yankees did not see the postseason at all. And I understand we could look at injuries. They could blame it on injuries all they want. But Aaron Boone lost this clubhouse. The way people want to talk about Girardi losing the clubhouse in 2017, this team lost this year.
Just wait until a book comes out.
Lost.
Just wait until a book comes out about it. I truly believe that the team is fed up. That's why I keep saying this. Like, you can tell that Boone is just not the guy, and I know Cashman sees it. We all can say all these stuff about Cashman, but he wants to win more than anyone. And you can tell.
Do we think Voit is hurt? No, it's 1,000% he's hurt.
I think this is actually the big thing for this postseason. Voigt's not fully healthy again. Okay. I think during that 10-0 streak, when he went crazy, I think he kind of played his last bits of baseball this year there was a video on Instagram of him walking normally, just like going into the clubhouse of the game. He has a really noticeable limp, and he's walking on like a weird part of his foot. He's hobbled, and it's at this point now where it's hurting him a lot more. We all know this. When Cashman has his postseason press conference, Voigt's getting surgery of some kind.
Oh, 1,000%. I think Judge will too, because I don't think Judge is healthy.
Gio's getting surgery as well. They're gonna remove the bone.
I remember.
But Tanaka had that, and he's fine. They just have to go in and remove the bone chip.
Yeah.
Judge is hurt as well. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Gary Sanchez is hurt.
Let's set the over/under. 3.5 Yankees are gonna have surgery once the offseason comes. Over or under? I'm gonna say over. I think 4 Yankees can definitely have surgery.
I think we have 2 confirmed.
Yeah.
We have 2 confirmed.
Gio and Voit are definitely confirmed. But that could definitely see 2 more, which would be like Judge and Gary, like secret injury all season.
Gary is hurt, but I'm not making any excuses for anything for Gary.
Neither am I. There's no reason.
Do you think the playoff bracket this year with 16 teams? Yeah, it was a good idea.
Wait, I want to touch on this question first. Who do you think the Yankees should bring in to manage? I
have a couple.
Someone
options.
with experience. That's what I'm going to say. Someone with experience.
Here are some of my things. I'll give my out of the box take first. Eric Kratz could get consideration if he retires. To be fair though, if the whole shit with the whole shit with Carlos Beltran didn't happen, he wasn't signed by the Mets. This was around the time that I honestly saw Beltran stepping in for Boone.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
My guess is they're going to interview some internal options. Carlos Mendoza is definitely going to get consideration, and rightfully so. Smart baseball mind. I don't think Nevin's
I don't think Boone's going anywhere, though, bro. Like, we could talk about this all we want, but I really don't think he's going anywhere. We could say all the better options until we're blue in the face, but it's not going to change anything.
If anything, they pick up the option, and then if he doesn't win this year, he's gone. But you don't. But like even that with Girardi, there were some red flags that we didn't know about, and Cashman let him go. And that's when we thought there was no possible way. We thought then, I'd say more than Boone, we thought there was no possible way they were going to let Joe go. After bringing that team back from the dead, I was positive after what Joe did to bring that team back, but we didn't know.
After 2017 ALDS Game 2, I was 1,000% sure he was gone. But then after they made it to Game 7 of the ALCS, I kind of thought that they were going to bring him back. But do we think that the playoff bracket this year with 16 teams was a good idea?
Yeah.
For this year, yes. But for next year, hell no.
Well, here's the thing.
Forward, hell no.
Players have talked about the bracket. The owners are going to agree on it because it gives you more money. The players, though, probably not. I mean,
I think it's very stupid.
Honestly,
it made sense for this year.
If you're going to do anything, just add, what is it right now? It's 5. It's 4. If you count the wildcard teams, you have the 3 division winners, so it's 10 in each. If anything, make it 12.
12.
So 6 in each. If anything, make it 6. If you're going to expand
total.
Yeah, if anything, have
12 in each league.
If anything, you have the 3 division winners, and then the 3 second place teams. Or you do the 3 division winners, and then the next 3 spots you just go based on best record.
I think the first 2 seeds would need to get a bye. I think there needs to be some sort of incentive for being a higher seed.
Yeah, but then I think about buys in baseball, and a week and like 5 days off for a team could honestly be bad.
Bro, this whole thing is stupid. Just bring me back the wild card game. I don't understand. We saw the ratings. I think the Rays and Blue Jays series had lower rating, like something like a rerun of SpongeBob. Like, it's just stupid, bro. But what do you think about Thames?
I honestly think at this point, Thames, there have been some good things and then some bad things. The part of me that says don't let Thames go is he fucking found something in Gio Urshela. They found something in Luke Voigt and fixed that swing.
But is that Thames or is that the analytics team?
That's Thames, because Thames is the one in the batting cage with them all the time. But then again, you look at Gary fucking Sanchez. Because Pat, you can't tell me there were analytics about Gio Urshela. The analytic department, they saw him for good defense, and after Miguel Andujar shit show.
What happened to Mike Tauchman?
Mike Tauchman can never hit a fastball. He just got lucky last year.
I get it, but how does he just die? Bro?
Also, remember that for most of the year, until they let them start using iPads, you actually could not watch film of your at-bats that happened that game. That's why JD Martinez had such a bad year, because if he struck out in an at-bat last year, he's going back to the dugout and watching what he did wrong. You can't do that, so you're relying on your teammates.
Houston.
Yeah, honestly, this is Houston's fault. That's why you've seen, honestly, a lot more strikeouts and because you're just seeing that film is great if used correctly.
Yeah, I know this is your book right here, Buck Showalter.
Buck Showalter, you'll have to kind of convince him on analytics, but at the end of the day, he's a hard-nosed, please pitch Britain in the postseason, though, kind of guy. Sadly, I don't think they'll give him consideration because I think his time managing might be done. I don't know how the Yankees brass agrees with him because, I mean, they did let him go for Joe, and the year after they let him go, they won the World Series. But there are a couple names I've thought of. I don't think you can lure him away from Houston. Bring back maybe Joe Espada. He's a good name. If anything, go back down to AAA. That AAA team until all our prospects went away. The coaching staff there is great. But you also could see them going with
who's their manager? Isn't it Jay something?
Yeah, it's Jay something.
Jay Bell? Is it Jay Bell?
Bell.
Jay Bell. He's an awesome manager. When
I wanted Al Padrique. Was it Padrique? He was the third the AAA guy, but he went to Oakland. Honestly, that's an option. But then again, here's the thing: if CC didn't love traveling so much.
Yeah,
if CC doesn't,
not happening.
Honestly, I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
Oh, here we go.
You have to interview at least Cora or Hinch. If anything, interview Cora.
# shut up, Brendan. If Boone stays, do you think he has a short leash to start next season? Yes. No, because if they bring him back, they're not going to change managers mid-season. I can guarantee you that. There's no shot in hell.
Someone says, do you think...
Jalen says Yankees win tonight 7-2, win game 5-5. Jalen is the beacon of positivity. Do you think Cashman might go to Crosstown to be the Mets general manager? Rumors are going on.
That wasn't a rumor. That was Andy Martino saying that's what should happen. Brian Cashman is not only a GM, but the senior vice president of the New York Yankees. It's not just like he's the GM. I don't think the only person that could fire Brian Cashman is Hal Steinbrenner.
No,
Like,
I don't think Cashman's going anywhere.
Cashman's not leaving. He could have left
He's
whenever
gonna be he's gonna be with the Yankees until he's 95.
Yeah. But with the manager search,
bro, there is no manager search.
There's a perfect guy, but he just doesn't want to manage.
There's no search though. You need to keep this in mind. Boone is not going anywhere. As much as we hate him, as much as we bash him, as much as we think he has no heart, no aggression, no passion, the Yankees do not care. He's their puppet, and they're going to stick with him at the end of the day. And they're going to take the opportunity of him having an option for next year. They're going to pick that up because it's easy. They don't have to go interviewing people. They don't have to go on a managerial search. They're going to pick that up, see what he could do next year. And if he still can bring this talented team to the promised land, then I think he will officially be gone. But until then, I think he's the Yankees manager. Jalen, Boone will be here until 2025. Unfortunately, I think that's a very possible case. And according to Cashman, we could even be seeing him until 2030. Because he said that he would love to see Boone as the manager for the next 10 years. So keep that in mind. But before we even get into Boone possibly being fired this offseason, we have a game tonight. Game 4. I know we said a lot this season. Huge game for the Yankees. Huge game. Biggest game of the season. This is now the biggest game of the season. You're on the brink of elimination. This is where you have to put up or shut up. And Aaron Judge said last night, these are the games we love to play. Aaron, step up. You have been non-existent this series. You've had, 2 hits all postseason? 3 hits? 3 hits all postseason. I understand 2 of them were big home runs that gave the Yankees the lead. But when you're the superstar of the New York Yankees, it's unacceptable to be performing the way he has in the 2-hole. It's just unacceptable. So if these are really the games you live to play for, go 4 for 4 tonight. Set the tone in the clubhouse because we know how important this Aaron Judge is to this team. Not only offensive-wise, but clubhouse-wise. When Aaron Judge was in the dugout when he was injured, this team had no heart, no emotion. So, Aaron, lead this team to the promised land, please. Any bold predictions for tonight's game?
Higashioka is going to hit a home run.
Higashioka. Should I play it?
Yes, you have to. Boom.
Higashioka. Who sent us this? Bill?
I think Bill.
Here we go.
Higashioka. And he ain't no joker.
I think Higashioka hits 3 home runs tonight. If he does, I'll dump water on my head again.
For 3 home runs? No, you can't just get away with water. For 3 home runs, you got to fucking wax something.
I'll wax my eyebrows. Yeah. No.
Say if Higashioka hits 3 home runs.
No, I can't because I would say that if he didn't already do it this year because we already know it's an extreme possibility because he already, what was it, against the Blue Jays? He had 3 home runs?
This is the postseason.
Yeah, no, it was the Blue Jays, but we know it's possible. Let's go Yankees, wake those bats up, and let's do it. I'm cautiously optimistic coming into tonight's game because, as I said earlier, these are the types of games the Yankees seem to win. Whenever we go into a game with confidence, like we did yesterday, because I was confident with Tanaka on the mound, we tend to lose those games. But then the games where we go into it with 0 expectations, we don't think there's a chance of us winning. We have Brett Gardner batting 6. We have Kyle Higashioka starting catcher. These are the games who score 10 in the first inning and never look back.
Look what someone said about Glass now.
Thanks to you guys. Every time I saw Glass now last night, I kept thinking Victoria's Secret model. I know I'm not the only one. You and Brian were absolutely demolishing me last night.
He's fucking Scarecrow. He's the guy that plays Scarecrow.
Yeah, but I've never seen any of those superhero movies or comic book movies, so I've never I can only compare him to a Victoria's Secret model.
To what Andrew said, if Aaron Judge wants to make a statement, your first step out of the game, you're going yard. The Yankees need to take the lead, but not just a sac fly. I'm talking about a big hit. Honestly, to come out and throw the first punch, you need to fucking lead. Your first run needs to be up by the long ball. There's nothing that fires this team up more than a long ball.
It's not even that, but I think I don't think this is bold either. If the Yankees want to win tonight, they got to score before Yarborough comes in the game. You got to set the tone early, take the lead early. What?
I said yes, but
oh yeah,
yeah, no, you have to. But I mean, yeah, the Thompson guy throws weird, but like, if it's easy to tell, it's hittable. I mean, just guess fastball. If it starts breaking away, just don't swing. But if it's fastball, bring those hands in, and we need Luke Voigt to at least, like, honestly, we know they got some type of stuff. Give him a little bit of a painkiller. Forget the pain in his foot, unless it's that bad. You know they have that stuff there. They have everything. Give him Advil, something, some type of pain reliever that can help him.
I'm sure he's been taking some sort of pain relief. He's probably been getting what are those injections that Judge was getting? Cortisone shots?
It could be.
It's possible.
Yeah, cortisone. I mean, honestly,
I don't know.
Torres, remember how to hit a baseball. Honestly, we haven't talked about this because of his great defense. Gio, I want to see Gio pick it up a bit. And Caillou, this could be your last damn game with the Yankees. At least make it something memorable. And by memorable, I mean,
it's not. He's definitely getting an extension.
It's a $10 million option, but a $2.5 million buyout. But I mean, if Cashman's a man of his word, then Frazier's our left fielder next year. Anyway, while small ball is the key with the Yankees.
Yeah, but clearly no one in the Yankees has their word, because Boone also said Frazier was the guy in left moving forward, which clearly isn't the case because he's not playing in an elimination game when they're going to be facing a left-handed pitcher for most of the time. So clearly that's not the case. Unless Yarborough
has reverse splits,
which I don't think he does.
Which is what Glass now had. He has reverse splits. Let me actually check.
Yeah, but so does Tanaka. And Tanaka got creamed by a left-hander. So I hate looking at all these stats because at the end of the day, baseball is such a mental / in the moment game. I think both of us can agree on that. And unless you've actually played the sport,
honestly, his splits
you don't know how important that is.
His splits are dead even.
Exactly. So
255 batting average against righties, 259 against lefties. The slugging is better versus right.
I think we could both agree on the fact, though, if the Yankees win tonight, we're winning the series. 1,000%. If we could find a way.
They would throw Snell on short rest, right?
And we would have Cole on short rest.
Both pitchers have never pitched on short. Both pitchers have never pitched on short rest in their career, but you take the guy that's been in the league longer.
Yeah. And you also take the guy who's a better pitcher.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Both are going to be.
And the guy who also
soon. Both are going to be teammates in the next 5 or 6 years.
I don't want Snell. Not a fan of him.
He's going to go to San Diego.
But yeah, so I guess before we wrap things up tonight, which is kind of painful because this could be our last pregame show of the season. That's sad.
If it is our last pregame, Pat and I would like to announce, or I don't know, it'll probably be more, but don't worry, we'll still be giving you off-season stuff. I'll have my bold takes. Still call in for voicemails. We'll still have bets. We will still have bets. Pat, how about this? Make a bet right now. Make a bet right now. If somehow Boone goes, you have to shave your eyebrows off.
Fuck you. No. What do you mean? I'm not shaving my eyebrows for Aaron Boone. Like, it's not that serious to my life.
We have to do something more than water, because if you're so confident he won't go, maybe something not that.
I'll think of something, but I'm not shaving my eyebrows, bro.
Oh, I have a good idea. I have a better idea. Do you have Legos?
Yeah, I have to walk on Legos. I'll do that.
No. Get on the top of your bed and jump on the Legos.
On them? Yeah. I'll do that.
And then pour water on
I'll do that. Sure. I'll
pour
the water on my head while I jump on Legos. But yeah, for anyone who watches our pre-games / post games every night and before every game, do not worry. We'll be live after the game tonight, and we're gonna continue doing live games throughout the off season for sure. But hopefully this isn't the last one.
Don't forget that we're probably gonna also. You said, are we gonna do some maybe football lives as well?
Yeah, for sure.
Nick, I can't. My mom would kill me if I get any more tattoos.
But before we do wrap things up tonight, I think we all know the deal here. Shout out to Dugout Mugs, greatest drinkware on the planet. They have baseball bat drinking mugs, wine glasses, shot glasses. They have them all engraved of all MLB teams. Why do you call
because if you look at Caillou,
looks exactly like him.
bro, literally, there's been a meme where Gardner doesn't have a Twitter, where it's just someone it's like a fake ad, and it's people just being at Brett Gardner to picture Kyle, and it's Gardner responding saying, "Stop with this fucking shit."
but yeah, dugoutmugs.com/unhinged. Purchase yours today. Thank you to everyone who's watched these pre-games throughout the playoffs, because I don't think we did them for the regular season, right? There's only a playoff thing.
No, we did some pre-games. Oh
no.
We did
post-game. Yeah. So pre-games have been awesome.
We'll be bringing some football content as well. I'm going to start trying to get Pat into some football. Pat's going to learn what real depression is, being a New York Giants fan.
Yeah, just be sure to follow us on Facebook for all of our content. On HingeNewYork.com, we post daily content.
We hope
but
to
that's
see you tomorrow.
First night.
We hope to see you tomorrow at this time.
We hope to see you later tonight with good vibes and not a funeral like last night was. This hurts. Most importantly, you're not going to miss Brian's party speech, because we're going to play it now, and we're also going to play it throughout the offseason. So we will see you guys later with good vibes, hopefully. Enjoy the game, everyone. Have a good night. Let's go, Yankees.
We cannot wait until Brett Gardner's number is retired. It's just, he's going to be in the festival in Monument Park. He's going to be waving